Hi, this is Anne Marie, and you are listening to Achieve Spiritual Holistic Radio. Hey, Joseph, how are you today? Joe?
I'm
Oh,
fine. How
goodness.
are you?
Oh, there you are. Oh, good. I'm doing great. I was just sitting here thinking about all the glitches that have been happening, and
Oh, yeah.
thought maybe
I
we were
still
going to have
can't
one
see
today.
it though. Yeah.
Huh?
I still
Yeah?
can't see the screen.
Yep, I'm just getting myself. But
Yeah.
I I think that the main thing that I wanted to look at today was numerology. Were you good at
Ah,
math?
yes. I'm sorry.
Were you good at
I
math?
was I ever good at math?
Were you good at
Not
math?
beyond the basics that I use in everyday life. I mean, I didn't
You,
go on to study like calculus or anything like that. And no, actually, I don't do numerology. You know.
well, I sent you some links,
Um,
and
But
so
I do read up on it though, but I don't try to figure it out. It's really complex. You know, once you start reading your own numbers, and well, once somebody does your chart and you start reading all this stuff, I will say it's pretty involved and it's fairly on target.
well, it
As
is.
far
And
as
one of the things I thought
um,
was interesting
how a person
was
is.
Yeah, one of the things I thought was interesting is how sometimes I get readings from people that will, both at my studio and online, that will say they're getting patterns of numbers like 111 or 555 or, different numbers. And they always ask me, what does it mean? And I always mean to leave a list on my table of the numbers because it's complex if you're going to go into it like you would astrology or you would any kind of detailed tarot reading. There are um, numerologists that's their whole
Mhm.
thing, and I think it's a lot like astrology, isn't it? I mean, I part of astrology, but one of the things that I thought was interesting in the articles because I always look for blogs
Mhm.
for people that are discussing interesting subjects. And one of them was from Well and Good about what angel numbers mean and why seeing them everywhere is great news. But I also have other blog posts on
Oh
numerology.
yes.
And one of them I thought was very interesting, and I have always felt this way. The way that math teachers present numbers
Mhm.
to new students is all wrong. I mean, they need to present it
Mhm.
as a language that
Yeah.
can be that is the answer for
Um,
why the universe runs the way it is, or perhaps why our lives are in sync with events, or but it also is the universal
well,
language of the
um,
universal.
there are many meanings. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
But I mean, when you
I
think
saw
about
one article. I do have an article here actually as well. Numbers and symbolism. And so when you do a tarot reading, it's all there actually. If you look very closely at the traditional older decks
major
and the
arcana,
yeah the um you're going to see astrology signs, astrological signs, and the numbers also have their symbols, plus there's the symbols of the time. that are old that are to represent certain things. Um, I'm seeing here too. There's an article that I thought was interesting. They said here, for example, Jung described a situation of synchronicity where he came to notice a half man, half fish symbol. He was then served fish for lunch. Someone joked about making an April fish of another. In the afternoon, one of his patients showed him a picture of a fish. In the evening, another person showed him an embroidery of sea monsters and fishes. The next
Wow.
morning, his next patient shared with him a dream she had about a fish.
Wow.
Says here, synchronicity can actually be quite unnerving, especially when certain symbols, and in this case numbers, keep appearing. And they say, if you're seeing the same number over and over again, it's essential that you try to explore the symbolism such a number contains for you. The repetitive numbers, symbols, and words that you keep hearing all have tremendous importance about your life that you should pay attention to. So it's very interesting. It says all throughout history, numbers have come to mean different things to different cultures. However, overall, numbers have been given similar meanings.
And
They say take the number four. You know, the Native Americans believe that there are four winds and four directions. See, and
right.
something similar would be the ancient Greeks believed that there were four elements. In Christianity, four is the number of creation, i.e., on the fourth day of the week, God finished creating the material universe.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
As we can see, four has a very similar meaning across three completely different time periods and cultures. So that's really interesting how
There's
that
also
would be.
I'm going to add to that. There are those that believe that angels speak to us in synchronistic ways or our spirit guides, which basically means that we will see something over and over again, so much so that it goes beyond mere coincidence. As you said, synchronicity of all those fish symbols,
Mhm,
and it says angel numbers work in accordance with numerology, which upholds the notion that each number is connected to a certain vibrational
mhm,
energy or frequency that encompass that means beyond its sheer numeric value. So, where angel numbers come in is with the prevalence of how often the number shows up. They serve as a thumbs up
mhm,
sort to continue along the path you're currently on. Seeing a repeating number is like your angel pointing to you and making you feel seen and heard. And they're trying to get your attention. And the numbers they send have meanings, thinking of it as a little marker saying that you are on the right direction in life, like a highway sign. And so there are different
mhm.
numerological combinations. And what does yours say in your article?
Okay, I didn't hear part. Okay. Your voice is coming in and out, so I'm trying to be very careful not to step on what you're saying here. Um, Actually, what they say more is what pops into your mind,
Hmm.
because they say after you see a series of repetitive numbers, you might immediately have a thought of or inkling about what the number means. And so they say don't ignore that. Like say for instance, before I even look it up to see what would the general consensus, general agreed upon meaning would be, what does it mean to me right away. And so I know that when I see 5:55 on the clock, I think, oh, that's the immediate feeling I have. And it's like there's something I have to do right now. And in my case, it's dinner. I have to do,
Yeah,
there's something,
yeah.
yeah, and there's just something, it's like, uh-oh, I'm running behind and I've already forgotten to feed the dog, you know. So 5:55. 444. I don't know. Sometimes I just think about something spiritual at that time because there's something about 444 that makes me think it might mean more of an angel communication. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they say
So
four.
I might say thank you. I might say thank you when I see
What,
that 444. Um,
what it says,
I
Joseph,
saw 11,
what it
11,
says
11.
what it says 444 is if you're navigating a challenge and have been trying to get guidance from your spirit guide or signs from the universe, noticing the number 4 all around you can serve as evidence that you're being heard and your angels are guiding you, surrounding you, and answering your prayers of protection. So, in other words, it may, if you're in a time of struggle, but you are being
Right.
led into the light by your guardians, 444 is
Hmm.
like, hey man, I'm listening.
And we have here their definition of four, and this article is a grounded and stable number that evokes a feeling of
Mm,
calmness and solidity. Four is
mm,
very much rooted in the physical world and is about being present in the now. For example, there are four seasons, four elements, and four corners of the earth. Four is
right.
about building a strong foundation and developing a down to earth perspective. Wow. So it's very
Hmm.
similar, actually. It's very similar, yeah. Very,
And
because
so
it's all,
3 3, so they say 333. This sequence is a prompt from the angels to bring more balance into your life. They want you
uh-huh,
to look in the areas of your life that are not fully rounded out and self-correct them. So, like, get some meditation going or embark on that workout routine
right,
or start
right,
the vision board you've been procrastinating on. 333
right.
is a hey dude, you need to get your ass in gear.
Well, and plus it is also a symbol. It's like, yes, get it in gear because it can be symbolic of success, intuition, good fortune, but you gotta
Oh.
vamoose to do it. Because
There you go,
it's an
Bamoose.
opportunity that you'll miss. Yeah, yeah,
Aha.
you'll miss it. It,
And
it,
two,
it here they say it is typically lucky and powerful number. Three
three.
represents the divine principle that underlies
The
life, such
Trinity.
as the
The
mind,
Trinity.
body, and spirit, birth, life, and death, beginning,
Father,
middle,
Son, and
and
Holy
end,
Ghost.
past, present, and future, and so
Right.
forth. So, spiritual traditions such as Wicca and Christianity symbolize the spiritual force as a triune. Am I saying that right?
Yeah. Yep. The Father, Son, and the Holy
Triune. It's
Ghost.
not
The,
triune. For example, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, aha, as well as the Maiden, Mother, and Crown. Ah. Three is the symbol
ah.
of success, intuition, and good fortune. Yes, and you have to take advantage of it.
Okay.
It's like the other part of, you know, you'll miss it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
yeah.
here's something about 222. It says in this sometimes rigidly goal prioritizing world where we live, it can be easy to get tripped up on not being at a certain progress point in your life, which leads you to comparing yourself to others. And when you see the number 2 everywhere, it's interpreted as an angel number reminder to be present. Take a deep breath, lighten up, enjoy the moment, and trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So if you start feeling like that, I've got to keep up with, oh my God, they're getting
Right.
more recognition than I am, or I got to get that book out, or I got to get that,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is, it's all about, When you start seeing 222, that means lighten up, dude.
It means also that you're out of balance. And
Ah,
when balanced, two is the number of harmony, but when imbalanced, the number two can be destructive. On one hand, two symbolizes partnership, but on the other, it symbolizes conflict and opposition. Two is the number of
ah,
duality, the split we perceive in life between light and darkness, inside and outside, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, good and bad, life and death, mind and heart, and so on.
ah.
Interesting.
Now, 111 is a
Uh-huh.
powerful number for manifestation, which is part of why many take a wish when
Uh,
they see
oh
it
yeah,
repeated in a sequence,
leadership,
like
strength, confident.
yep, 1111 on a clock. When you see 1111 or 111, think of the
Hmm.
universe as taking a screenshot of your frame of mind. And whenever it's going on, all your thoughts, visualizations, goals, and dreams, they're going to be replicated. So when you see 111 or 1111, when you see this sequence, ensuring that your thoughts and energy are focused on what can help usher that energy into existence according to numerology. I don't know, did we see 111 on the presidential elections? I'm not
Mm.
sure. What is the date of the
Well,
presidential
it,
elections?
it, it says basically it is a number. It tells you to be confident because once it's the one symbolizes leadership and strength. Number one is like a straight arrow, which reflects willpower and precision. One is also reflective of individuality, self-discovery, self-empowerment. Unlike zero, which is feminine and receptive, one has a masculine and willful energy. How's
Ah,
that?
that's cool. But
Nice.
I've also heard we all come from zero.
Yes, yes. Because it is representative of the primordial void, the womb, the realm of potential. Zero is a circle that symbolizes totality, that which precedes life, the eternal force. It is nothing and everything, the beginning and the end. Zero is often symbolic of spirit or God, and hence of unity and wholeness. Nice.
Ah, nice. Well, today I thought that if anybody wants, we have Lena waiting for a reading, who wants a general reading.
Okay.
But I do want to say that if anyone is having sequences of numbers, and there is a really fun reading here too,
Uh-huh.
that it's about your house number. And it says your
Oh.
house number in numerology, numbers are all around us every day, and they carry a distinct energy that influences the different areas of our life. So, just as the core numbers in your numerology chart play a significant role in the opportunities and obstacles you face, so does your address number. So, when you take
Mm.
your address number and it tells you about the course you'll take throughout your life, and all that stuff. It just says for the what you would do is you would take the address number and you would add up each of those numbers. So, like mine is 305. So that would come up to 3 plus 0
Mm.
plus 5 would be 8. What does 8 represent, Joseph? Does your Are you still on that one thing? Okay,
Ah.
from so I have house number 8. The number 8 is accomplished and
Are you
prosperous. Are you there?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not. Yeah.
abundance, financial well-being, resourcefulness, hard work, determination. I'm reading this from the article actually. And inner strength are all qualities of eight. Spiritually, eight is seen as an equalizer or a balancer.
And
Hence its
that's
shape
totally
that
awesome
unites the conscious. Yeah, yeah. It unites the
because
conscious with the unconscious, the worldly with the spiritual. In all words, eight is reflected in the proverb, you will reap what you sow. Ah,
that's good because in this house I do my own business, and I have to say that my business has been adequate to be able to keep me above water. What about you, Joe? What is your number address?
Ah, well, mine adds up. Mine adds up. Ours, okay, ours adds one. And
Your
it's
adds
symbol
up to,
here
well,
they
what are the
say in this
numbers?
article, one symbolizes strength and confidence. Like I said, that's the straight arrow, willpower, precision, reflective of individuality, self-discovery, self-empowerment. It is a willful and masculine energy. So, because it is 109 and 1 and 0 and 9 is 10
10. So
and 1,
1
0
plus
is
0
1.
equals 1.
Yes. Well, it's
So the
1. There's a 1
vibration,
in there, so there's no 0. Yeah. And
so the,
actually, it is everything in here is male, except for maybe some plants, really, because even the dog is a boy. So it's sort of we
yeah,
have an
but you
imbalance
have
in
to
our.
remember that
I
because,
would have to get a female pet to balance it out, or
well,
you know,
no, no, because you have to remember
or
that just
goldfish.
because you're born a certain sex does not mean that you do not have a lot of femininity.
Mhm.
So you can be feminine and masculine. I know many women that are kick-ass males in their soul. And I'm sure this opposite is of anyone that's creative or that is somebody that is focused on
Maternal.
you in maternal. You cook, you
I
create.
cook. Yes, I do.
So therefore, you have a lot of
I have
feminine
parental
energy.
qualities.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
maternal
So the
qualities.
vibration of a number one in numerology is that of drive and
Hmm.
ambition,
So that's the
making a
balance.
making a
Yeah.
one home
I need
number
somebody
perfect
else
for some.
that does that.
So if you have an independent spirit, is what I'm having in my description. If you have an independent spirit, if your address comes to one, that means that that is a house that was that is of independent spirit. So if you're looking for the freedom to do what you want, say what you want, and be who you want, look for an address that adds up to one. How's that?
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing,
very
guys.
nice.
Here's the thing. Today, if you would like on our show or on our video, and we do have a video that we uh, have every week, we would be so
Okay.
happy if you gave us. Do you have the video by any chance, Joseph?
Do I have video of what?
Do you know of us? Do you have the video up of us?
No, no, I'm not. I'm not hearing a lot of what you're saying, so I'm just kind of like listening really hard. The sound keeps coming. It's funny connection for some reason.
So
Sometimes for
Lena,
good for a while, and then it's
so
okay.
Lena
Say that
is
again.
Lena is in our room and she says, "Can I please have a general reading? Thank you."
Ah, okay. No problem. Okay, I am seeing the Ace of Wands, and it's upside down, and that's what that now what that is that I'm seeing here that your energy is probably at a low point. You're probably feeling exhausted. Maybe just simply. I think what's happened is that you're kind of burned out. You've been over involved and overextended, and that's what this shows because that's normally a card of strength. It's normally it's a labor. You know, the rods, the staffs, those are always about work and strength and physical things, physical, you know. So you've been doing a lot of this, and so now you're not enthused anymore. So Actually, and if all of this exhaustion was done for money, it's wasn't even worth it. All you feel like doing is just like maybe just chilling. So that's really what you need to do. This feeling will pass. A lot of the work is going to get done if it's not done already. And this feeling is sort of an after effect of being stressed out. So just try to see that as a time to just kind of take care of yourself and kind of like recover is how I'm seeing it. Anne Marie, what you got?
Okay, and I do want to say hello to Bianca, who says she keeps seeing 111 in her uh, in her mind all the time. So she wants to know what 111 means. And we did discuss 111 as being a kind of like whatever you're doing at the moment, Bianca. It's a
Ah,
it's a it's a sign that you are supposed to continue the journey to enhance whatever drive, whatever spiritual direction that you are on right now. Continue. Keep it up. 111 is like a camera going, taking a picture of your life as it is and saying, yes, you're on right track. And that's what I have. And by the way, when I look at Joseph, did you cut your hair? Joseph,
yeah.
did you cut your
The
hair?
three ones for Bianca. Yeah, I'm only hearing bits and pieces of what you said. What is
Okay.
it?
I'm asking you if you cut your hair.
I didn't hear any of that. I happened to see Bianca Garza. She says she keeps seeing 111. Was that what you're talking about? Is the three ones together? That that is a symbol of strength. That is, I'm seeing ones. As we were talking about ones before, is that it is a symbol of strength. Really, um, it is a masculine, high energy number, and it is a number of confidence. So it could be a message, a reminder to yourself from some other intelligence reminding you to be confident and to be strong. It could be that. Because
Okay.
sometimes the consciousness is a weird thing. You just never know. It could even be a message from you, for all you know, from a higher self. It is something that it's interesting that we would catch it, but maybe it's our subconscious. Maybe these are things that our subconscious
I'm not being allowed
uses
to.
as a way
I'm
to.
I'm not being
Oh,
allowed to.
I'm sorry.
I'm not being allowed to type what you wrote
Oh
um,
dear.
because I have to log in to use the chat. It says today. So for
Oh,
whatever reason,
oh.
um, I hope that she heard that. So I think we need to go back to the room and go back with Lena. And Lena, again, did you give you read for Lena, right? And
Yes, and
I
she had the one ups the ace of staffs, and it was upside down. But one being the one, it is she has it is also encouragement for her to be strong and be confident, even though she has just feeling worn out lately, maybe overextended, exhausted. But it's a time that she should rest. But she is being told that she is strong and confident, and that she should continue, or she should feel that she should be strong.
all right. So when I look at
Remain
Lena,
strong. Be confident in your approach. Is basically, or yeah, I do see this confidence. But you need to
what
also. rest and do for yourself, and try to, and also too, that might be a clue for you to maybe have yourself checked out medically, for all you know. I mean, if you're feeling tired and exhausted like this, sometimes it's just another way of your body telling you something, and maybe you need some nourishment, and maybe you haven't been eating well lately, maybe you need more exercise. A lot of people have not been getting out lately. Um, this year as much as they usually do. So all these things can make us feel sort of exhausted. So that's what I'm seeing, is this kind of tiredness that it's like sort of like maybe you're bored, and I'm seeing that that's all going to change. And you're being reminded, like I said, be strong, be confident. It will improve.
Okay, I'm going to go
And
ahead
Marie,
and
that
tell her what I see,
basically that's
Joe.
what I was telling you about. I don't know if it came through or not. So
Yes, yes, it did. So
we
I'm
could go on
looking.
to the next one. Yeah. Oh, good.
s-
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so what I'm looking at, Joseph and Lena,
Ooh.
Leah, it says
Yeah, I'm
at
not
this
hearing that one. So what's
at
the
this
name?
at this particular time,
I'm not
you
seeing.
are
Lena?
focusing,
Is it Lena?
Leah.
Okay.
Um, hold on. It is Lena. At this particular time, it says you are focusing on a goal and that you need to stay strong. You need to understand that if
Lena.
you find yourself getting scared or you start feeling like you're running out of options, what will happen is that you will suddenly get insecure and refuse to take action at all. So your reading says, watch out for a powerful woman in your environment. You can improve your life. You can improve everything about you. But if you allow others to intimidate you, Lena, then you will find that you go into stagnation. Remember, the most important thing that you can do is not look at the, oh my, what would happen if I made them unhappy? What you need to see is, I cannot allow their peer pressure to cause me to go into stagnation. Ultimately, you need to kick ass, Lena. You need to do what you need to do. And if you let yourself get taken off track because of others on your goals, you will go into stagnation. So don't do that. That's what I see.
Yeah.
We,
Now, Lena, the card I drew for Lena is a reminder to her that patience is needed, as represented by justice, which landed upside down. So actually, it's a reminder also that she should show kindness or mercy to others, and not to be too harsh, even if they really do deserve it. Um, there's a tendency for people to be very emotional at these days, and to react so harshly over things that don't really quite warrant it. And you're being asked to consider the feelings of others and how you may appear and sound to them, even by your response. And it's something that we all have to think about sometimes. So I'm just saying here that justice upside down. It's a reminder that you should be fair and try to be understanding, and also. You'll be tempted to take shortcuts with things, but don't do that, because you'll get caught, or they won't work, or they will cause you to get into trouble. So with life, sometimes we just simply cannot take a shortcut because it downgrades what we're trying to do. Streamlining it is different. Shortcuts are not streamlining. Shortcuts are cuts. So keep that in mind, and that's what I have for you. Okay, who's next?
we just have Lena. Today is a quiet day. I think everybody
Ah,
is kind of zoning out on the elections, and
Ah,
just that's why I wondered what is the number, numerological number of the date today? What does it represent?
well, let's see. Today is the month is 11, right?
Right,
So then
11.
we have November. It's 11/9/2020. So we have to add all that up.
So
So
11 is
11 and
2,
yes. Okay, so 2 and 9 is 11, right?
right,
And so
which is
1
2
and 1
again.
is 1, right? And well, okay, so what we have here 11 and okay, 11 equals 2. And then if we
Right.
take that 2 and add it to the 9, we're back to 11 again. So 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Okay, so then we add 2 to 20 and we have 22. And then we add 2 and 2 to get 4. And then we add 4 to 2 again for 6. So 6 would be the number that we come
So
up
what is
with,
the
right? Is that
look?
correct?
I'm would
I
have to
think
look at
so.
paper. I have no paper with me right now.
So that
Okay.
would be 6.
So what is the in your chart?
Balance.
What is the number? If I look at 6,
Okay, I could do this on, okay. Okay, balance. Okay, yeah, look at 6, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna check check my math. Okay.
the number 6
Okay.
in numerology is protective, supportive, and warm, making this a great day for those who want to nurture their partners or family. If you've ever talked about wanting to turn a house into a home, then a home with a 6 might be the one you're looking for. Okay, so we're going back into that address thing. But if the day
Mm.
comes out to 6, then it is basically
Well,
saying,
yeah, it sounds positive because here 6 represents a balance of the earthly and spiritual realm.
right. So that's a good thing.
Uh-huh.
And, I think that maybe that just means that,
It's also the number of the caretaker.
yeah. So people are busy
Okay.
taking care of business
Um,
today. Taking care of
I'm hearing
business.
part of what you're saying. So,
So today is
well,
taking
it
care of
also
business.
represents a person who nurtures and compassionately serves others. So that's 6 is connected to intuition, clairvoyance, and other sensory, extrasensory capabilities, hence the sixth sense. In numerology, 6 is the number of the caretaker, the person who nurtures and compassionately serves others. Well, that's probably sort of like a lot of people need, I
A
suppose.
lot of people are home
Somebody, oh, I
cooking.
don't know,
A
someone who's
lot of
going to
people,
just
yeah,
take care of everything. Yeah.
everybody's home cooking. And you know what?
Well, I
We've
know
had
that's sort of
such
like what
a
I do all the
hard
time.
3 day.
I will say on election day, I voted in person, and because it was just driving me crazy. And then afterwards, I just had to soak in the tub
Afterward, what?
and just chill, and not even tune in until later. And so I was just like, I don't want to know until it's because I don't want to have that anxiety. So, but I think it was something that was just driving everybody insane, especially when it was just hanging. Um, I seem to
And it
remember it being
and
a
it's
lot faster
the prob
process,
the
but
problem is it's
it
still
was
hanging.
it was because of all the mail being slowed. So yeah,
Right. But the
but
problem
I would
is,
say, okay, do
Joseph,
we have
I
any other
agree.
people? Oh, let's see. Somebody says, oh, okay. Um,
I
eMusic has a question about numbers,
oh, yes,
and
music.
eMusic 96 785 says, usually I see lots of 11 or 1111. So do I. I see lots of syncs, actually. He says, but lately, or she says, lately, fives have been showing up as a single or 505 or 555. Well, to me, it always reminds me of something I have to take care of and something I've forgotten about that now it's like, well, I better move. I better move quick on it. Like to me, in my house, it means dinner time. Now, in the article that we were just looking at, the experts in numerology would say that it's a number of adventure and freedom, according to the article I'm looking at here. And it's also a very sensual number. Five senses, see, five fingers, five toes. It's all about enjoying life and trying new experiences, seeking out pleasure. So it could be a reminder to you that maybe you need to seek out more pleasure, or that lately you've been deprived of the pleasure, you're bored maybe. It's also a number connected to experiencing life changes. Like it could be you're getting married, or you're partnering up with somebody, or for either romance or business. It could mean divorce, a new job, coming, going, and jobs, and it could be time some to make important choices in your life. So that might be where you're seeing the fives.
And
What do you
I
think
sh-
of that, Anne Marie?
and I am shown that the number 5 is means you are social, adaptable, and full of fresh energy, according to numerology. And this makes the vibration of your house or your car or wherever you are fun, fun, and more fun. If you love to entertain or enjoy being the go to house on the block or the go to car that goes to other people's houses just to get out of life, you need to understand that your 5 is telling you, lighten up. You have been serious too long. It's time for you to have some fun.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I say it's pretty much that's in sync.
Uh
Um,
huh.
Now
So,
watch, I'll look up and I'll see 555.
right, right. So the main thing is it's odd we're having chats on the side that are not relevant to our show, but I guess that's cool.
Um,
From the
well, I do
Ion
have another
show.
question here from Bethany. Bethany
Okay.
says she's curious about the numbers 1133 or 1144. She sees
Okay,
all other numbers, but these
1133.
have started showing up. So she was
1133
wondering
would be
what we thought about
one.
1130. So 11s, huh? And what 11s are ones? And okay, 1133. Well, gee, that's
So
a combo of things, isn't it?
yeah,
But if we add them
1133
all
would
up,
be
we
2.
have 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 3 is 5. That's an 8. 1133 would be an 8, and 1144 would be a 10.
But are they combined
Be
or
1
are they separate?
actually, which is again 8. 8. 8 would be abundance, and I'm seeing or like to expect abundance, or it's about abundance. It's a magical number. It's his luck. Seven. Oh, not. Wait. No, wrong one. Okay, wait. 8. Abundance, prosperity, financial well-being, hard work, resources, determination. 1 being confident. It's telling you that it's the acknowledgement that there's hard work to be done and you can do it, or you are a hard worker. It's communications, 8 is seen as an equalizer or a balancer. So it could be somebody telling you either it could be an acknowledgement of the balance, or someone telling you that you need more balance in your life. Maybe you need more yin yang in your life.
I
That's
I would
one of
I
the
would
possibilities. What do you think of that?
Mine shows you love budgeting and you are always on top of your finances. So save, save, save. If you are looking for a home or you are a homeowner, not a renter, this is the time to be saving your money for your dream house.
She's
Um,
starting a cookie dough business.
yeah. Oh, Wow,
So
wow.
yeah,
So there you
yeah, a
go.
cookie
So
dough
it says
business.
you would
Yeah.
make a great investment advisor. So funds manager, CFO, or business owner, your methodical thinking has to be put aside sometimes when it comes to love, because in love, one plus one can make just one. But if you believe in soulmates, or if you have an intellectual goal, you may be a bit stubborn, but if you can let go, love will find you. But as far as your cookie business or cookie cutter business, you are motivated, hardworking, and you get things done, and you love budgeting, and you are always on top of your finances. So save, save, save. You're going to do great with your investment. That's what I have. What you got, Joe?
Well, it sounds
Joanne.
delicious. When I read the words cookie dough business, I just had this immediate sense of something that I wanted cookies all of a sudden. And so that must be a good sign.
Yeah,
It just seems
Joseph.
very comforting. It felt very comforting to think about cookies. I thought, oh, cookies, that sounds so great. So maybe, yeah.
Sounds good to me. Well, the main
Hmm.
thing that I think I'm going to look into our room and see if we um, have anybody that's waiting. No, according to what we have, we're still. Um, I'm not sure. What time do you have, Joe?
I have 550.
I do too,
So
but my
that's a
read,
one.
but
That's a one.
but my room is telling
Which
me
is a
we have
strong
33
number.
minutes
It's a
left.
confident number.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep, I was looking at my room and it was telling me we had 33 minutes left, and I was like, I think my timer is off. So,
Right.
um,
And people are telling you to make it longer. Longer. You have more time. Stretch it out.
yeah, because 3 plus 3 equals 6, and 6, and that would be another 6, 333.
Okay. So,
So 3 plus 3 would be 9. What does 9 represent?
well, I hope you had a good Halloween. Um, um,
I
we
I I did.
and I just can't believe that we've been having beautiful weather this
Oh,
lately the
beautiful.
past few days. So we were working on the house, and window frames are being painted, window sills, and etc.
Wow.
Before the last days of this warmth. That's what we're doing, and so we're preparing for winter out here and taking advantage of this beautiful weather we've been having. So it's also really nice that it's warm enough that we can take a walk with the dog and look at all the beautiful leaves. And I certainly raked up bunches of them the other day.
Oh my
I just kept
gosh.
going, and
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. We have been raking and raking and raking. And,
absolutely.
I was going to tell you about some of the things that had happened to me. I know that we're not speaking on the same time frame for some reason. Um, for whatever reason, uh, even our chat is not syncing with me. So it's very odd. But
Yeah, I'm hearing you completely sometimes.
that is so strange because I
Yeah,
am,
I think there's some odd weather
well, we are
somewhere
having a weather
between here
front
and.
coming in.
Mhm.
But I
Well, I
was going
know
to
it's
say,
about 20 degrees out where Bill is. So it's
yowza,
and here it's about
20
it's about
degrees.
yeah, it's warmer out here. So
Yeah.
it's coming our
Well,
way,
I
I
think
suppose.
we are
It
60 and
starts
plummeting.
there and
We were 60
yeah.
and it's plummeting, but I do want to say that
So
this has been,
but actually I've been doing lots of cooking, lots of cooking.
This has been a very strange week for me for coincidental events. And one
Uh,
of the events was that I was working on the Keen line, and my reading table collapsed, and the cards flew, and I screamed, "Oh my God!" And my husband came running and put the table together. And my client was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I said, "It's just one of those things that happens when you're a
yes.
home worker. So please be patient." And we got it together. And so everything is okay. And
Good.
the
I'm
other thing
glad.
that happened, the other thing that happened was that I was boiling water for my vegetables, and a call came in after a long silent period. And as I was reading for them, the vegetable water boiled away, and the
Oh,
fire alarm started to go off. And I ran to the kitchen and I said, "Excuse me, I'm cooking dinner." And the person left me a long, page long review that
oh.
said, "One star. How dare she read for me while she's cooking dinner?" And I thought, honey, it wasn't cooking dinner. It was I needed to rescue my pot before the fire
Right.
alarm went off. But it's just crazy.
Um,
So I
you could have said, "Oh, my meal timer went off. Excuse me." I always use the fire alarm as a meal timer. When that goes off, it's ready. No. Well, that was nerve. That was nerve. Yeah. That's why that's why I don't leave the stove because that is a sure way I'm going to mess up. So, um, yeah, it's really. I have to get a new teapot because somebody had used it and the water had boiled out of it, and so the enamel broke. It cracked off of
oh
it.
no.
Yeah, well, that's why you can't do that. And well, it's time. I purchased that in 2000, and it was when I was moving into a new apartment. The last apartment I lived in, that was one of the new things I bought because I always believe you should buy a few new things when you move. And that was one of the things I bought that was new, and it's been around for 10 years. So, no, for 20 years. I've had for 20 years. So it's time for
Oh,
something new.
wow.
Yeah, so now we're back. We're 2020, so this will be the year also of the new teapot. So that will be something different, something to buy, something new.
How exciting.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I think that probably we've had a very strange chat between us today. I'm not sure which one of us is on time and which one of us is on delay, but I'm just,
Oh,
Bill said it's because I have two or three different Skype um, accounts on
oh,
Keen
you do?
or on well, because
Oh,
every time I renew or I update, for whatever
oh,
reason, they want me to re-sign in with and update my account, which then for
oh,
whatever reason throws on another account on Skype. So I need
I
to
see.
get rid of those, and hopefully next time our conversation will not feel like we are in different time warps.
Well, we make do, and
We do make do.
it yeah, well, it is we're not in a studio. We're in our own separate studios, so to speak.
Right.
And it's a small space. It's not a large area. So, we're not in the same room. Actually, we
Well,
should probably choose the same background, like a room, and maybe mush it together so it looks like it's. the same place.
No, because then
Now,
things
something
like this would be
Victorian
totally
looking, some Victorian
unexplainable.
decor, some old-fashioned, antique furniture in the
Right.
background. Well, now I do have
Yeah.
some artifacts behind me, which are there for something different to look at. So we have an old-fashioned lamp and a little house that my brother made, and we also
Aw.
have a little teacup. Yeah, and there's stories behind everything. So, but we'll save that for a snowy night in July, I
That
think.
sounds good. Joseph, I want to say goodnight to you and
Good night.
thank you so much. Uh,
Thank you.
so,
Well, the next time I see you, it will be the Christmas season. We'll be in Advent the next time,
oh my
probably.
gosh,
So, yeah, December.
that's
Yeah,
freaky.
time flies.
That's freaky. It's
Yeah.
going so fast.
Okay.
All right.
So
We'll
happy
see you later, babe.
Thanksgiving. And
Bye
I am
bye.
thankful I'm very thankful to be your guest host. Twice a month. I love
Aw.
it. So thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Anne
Thank
Marie.
you. Bye
I'm very
bye.
thankful for you.
Oh,
Take care.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.